I will let you guys take it away for game number 1.
You die.
Thank you very
merci
much.
beaucoup.
Danke.
Dankeschön, ja. Arigato gozaimasu.
That's all I got. I'm repeating what you said yesterday.
I know you repeat everything I said yesterday. But yeah, just looking over all the lanes, like Medusa should be free farming against Titan. It's a pretty easy lane. And then getting out some deep wards with a smoke. I don't know if they saw the Lina ward. I believe they did because they put the ward much earlier, so they should get dewarded momentarily. But this Rubik is gonna be the big make or break factor for this EHOME side. Like he has so many good spells to steal. They last picked it for a reason. They obviously have a lot of faith rather in this Rubik pick and in Fade. There's a lot of Fs here right now, which confused me a little bit. But like he can literally just win them the game if he gets some good steals, some clutch steals.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see, like, in the best Rubik game, is Rubik still like
Bad?
is Rubik still the pick to be? Yeah, that's because we talked about that. I think there was one game in the DPC that was really like this, where Rubik really had a menu worth of things to get. And so does the question become, is Rubik just that bad of a hero, or not a hero that really keeps up anymore, even if he's got this buffet of abilities to go for?
Yeah, it's definitely an important question to answer, not just for this game in particular, but maybe the entire series, because Rubik is a very special hero where you can either be like hero or zero, right? Like you get this really clutch steal, like a Ravage, you own super hard, or you get an Anchor Smash and suddenly you do nothing because your hero basically lacks an ultimate.
Yeah.
It's a very feast of feminine hero. Feminine hero. Why are there so weird sayings in English, man? Like your language needs some makeover.
Yeah, you know, we can make it a little bit easier, that's for sure.
Yeah. What was the word yesterday? Discombobulated?
Discombobulated?
Yeah. It's a great word.
Yeah.
What was the other word you just said? Echelon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Echelon's a good one too.
What are these words, man? Like, why are they so complicated? Like, how do you even spell echelon? ECH?
I want to tell you I know the answer to that, but I don't. It's a lot of, we have the SAT here in the United States, and like my mom and dad used to be like, that's a good SAT word, hon. And like you'd always remember these ridiculous words, and you'd have to like define them during the test, and so you hang on to these words for so long, and now you finally have a chance to use them.
But you don't actually know how to spell them.
I don't know how to spell them, but you know, like erroneous is a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not important, you know. As long as you know that the word exists and you can say it properly, you don't need to spell it. We're in 2021.
Yeah. Exactly. Look that up.
Ask you to spell that other than me.
Use Google.
Google, tell me how to spell echelon. Getting back into this game. How is Sumner's doing? Very well.
7-0 right now. He's having a perfect lane, and this is why I like the puck pick. I thought that this is a hero that he can certainly gain confidence on.
And I think he needs that too, because as we said, he's been losing lanes against XM a lot this qualifier.
I think that's one of the biggest things that you alluded to in terms of like where this series can go, especially with Somnus losing to XM so often. So if you can get yourself a bit of confidence going right now, that would be big.
Who's that?
Yeah, he's gonna die here. He'll be the first blood going to Fade. Unfortunate here for Elephant, giving up that first blood in the bottom lane, and it is the Rubik who gets it. An early, you know, quick kill with telekinesis, which is, I think, very rare with telekinesis level 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, it's just like a mini stun, basically. It has the same duration as a Lucent Beam, which is kind of sad. But they do end up getting the kill. Like, Rubik is a pretty decent laner, though. Like, his Fate Bolt makes you trade very well against heroes like Lion, especially. Super again.
Yeah, he's in trouble. The spear lands, the telekinesis pulling him back. Earth Spike still kind of walks into Chalice. They've got the God's Rebuke. The Hex comes out. He's going over towards his courier, maybe to make sure that that doesn't die as he runs away.
Yeah, and they get a big creep pull off, denying pretty much the entire wave. We're gonna be able to steal that creep, though. Yeah, Luna gets it. Well played by Eurus. It's basically a free camp for him, a free big camp for him. Another bonus 100 gold. He says thank you.
What was the Luna build we saw that was very different? I think it was like the first day we were covering this region. It was like what, 0 points into the Lunar Blessing or 1 point into the Lunar Blessing and going max everything else.
I think it was the glaives. Like he had one level glaives at like 404, and it was with a TA also. Just because you already have a greedy TA, you can't really afford to go max into the glaives.
Right.
But this time around, he should have a pretty good time. Like they have a puck middle who's not greedy at all. Going very low though.
Now Puck's sitting really low, but they're going over bottom for a second onto Eurus. He's got that stick to heal up.
Yeah. Luna, a very strong laner, of course. How's
Now
top lane
Rubik
looking? Tidehunter's
taking
getting
some
owned.
damage. He's only
Not a Spear
he's
Super.
14-0. It's not terrible. Super's gonna die here. Spear God's Rebuke with the Fade Bolt. Fade getting himself another kill, now 2-0.
They're getting
It's that level 2
owned down
Fade Bolt.
here. At least Luna is still farming well. That is the
Yeah.
biggest priority of theirs, of course. But one more kill like that, Fade suddenly has mana boots, and then Mars has infinite mana to spam. Can get very scary very soon.
Looking over at Somnus to see if he's still struggling, you know, at all. But he's right there with XM.
Yeah. His net worth is actually quite a bit higher than XM's, so even though he struggled with HP for a little while, he's doing very well. A little bit worried about Yang, perhaps. He does have his ring, but every time he comes close, he just eats the snake and takes a lot of damage from it.
So if you're Somnus, do you hit level 6 and alleviate the pressure over top by rotating there?
It's a tough kill, and Fade is middle.
If you can. Yeah, they're gonna go over telekinesis
Oh, he
into the
didn't
LSA.
finish it.
They've got the Fade Bolt, and now the Illusory Orb is gonna take him far enough away. Dragon Slave. Oh gosh, that was close. Fade still wants to stay. He's got Fade Bolt in 6. If Somnus gets greedy, we'll see if Fade wants to go for it, and he'll actually just back off.
Probably would have lived regardless, cause he had raindrops, but a lot of pressure coming out from all of these lanes. How do you kill his Medusa now is the question. His mana shield and 11 wand charges, power threads already completed. Even if the puck rotates, it's not going to be an easy kill. Because you have a Grimstroke there, which isn't the greatest +4 for killing a
Super
Medusa.
in trouble again, but Fade, he's actually the one who will fall. They try to set up onto this Lion, and it doesn't work out for them. That's a good kill to get to really open up a bit more for Eurus here, and Eurus is having a pretty
in
good
trouble too.
time. Or Spike, Chalice, forced back with some heavy right clicks out from this Luna.
Yeah, no Hex available, otherwise there would have been another kill. But of course the level 1 cooldown is very high. So Somnus TP'd back middle, that means no rotation from him. Same as XM
Or
really.
Spike again. They
Which
want
was-
this. They want to get this kill. They've got the Ink Swell. They brought the Grimstroke over. It'll pop right on the Chalice, and they will take out this Mars. This lane is starting to turn very much in the favor of Elephant. They brought the Grimstroke in, I think, kind of knowing that Tide is just going to have to deal with this Medusa.
It makes you wonder where the Abaddon is throughout all of this though. He could have saved the Mars down there, and he hasn't really been able to do a whole lot. He tried to D-ward middle, didn't find a ward though. And now he's on the way back top. Oh, those are big stacks.
And he's going to spot them.
Yeah, Lina
So
might
the
want to
question
rotate
is, can
there.
they take him away?
They're gonna fight into a Ravage soon, if they don't do it ASAP.
Yeah, Yang halfway towards level 6. Now getting body blocked. Kraken Shell, it procs, but Yang is able to squirt through where X Nova gave him a little bit of space. I'm a little surprised he didn't go 1 level into the Curse of Avernus, but goes 2-2-0.
Yeah, usually, especially in an easier lane like this, there's at least a level, as you said. Interesting. There's 10% slow on the first level already. Could have maybe even gotten them the kill there.
It feels good early. I'm a big fan of level 1 Curse of Avernus.
Same. How is Mars doing? Almost 6. So when Mars is 6, I'm expecting Lina to rotate there. Oh, he spotted Super. It's an arcane room for Puck. It's a big one. Probably the best rune he can ask for at this moment.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do with it?
Now
Baron
he
going
ends
in
level
deep
6.
again. Just to block the camp and get a deep ward out.
X-Nova's here. If you're Elephant, I think at this point with the way X-Nova positioned going towards Yang, you think do you assume that he backed off and went towards this? Ooh, they broke the
he breaks the
smoke.
smoke.
Now you definitely know that he knows, and getting this kill might force you into a spot where you move and take these stacks, and then they'll get the kill on a Super. It's XM with the Laguna Blade, but they'll take out X-Nova in return.
I'm very surprised Super went up that hill alone after the rest of the team getting unsmoked and going for the Abaddon.
They killed it on the Abaddon. Yeah, I don't really understand why he would go the other way.
Yeah. We have seen those miscommunications from Elephant throughout the entire qualifier though, which has been one of their biggest struggles so far, I'd say.
Good D-ward there by FY. Very aware of what X-Nova was doing, and you have to assume it's X-Nova. He's warding wherever he's coming from.
Yeah. And especially if you have stacks there. There's no way you don't want to put in deep vision. Just contest
Yours
that.
is cutting through mid, so he should be able to come over in a second, and maybe if you have Yang come down, split this farm, give some of it over to this, give the majority over to the Luna, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. He's sitting at the top of the network already, and he has a big ancient stack waiting for him as well. So he's a very happy Euros. And now with the Puck middle rather than the TA or some greedy hero, he's going full Lunar Blessing, full Glaives.
Yep.
Makes a ton of sense. Gonna get another stack? Yes.
Yes.
That camp is so good.
And now they'll
Much
know that
easier
this
to
other
set than
camp's
that one.
blocked. They're taking this. They're trying to take this top tier 1. Sylar is only just able to watch. Fade coming over. Fade's level 6. So if Yang uses Ravage in the wrong positioning and just gives it up, they could turn this fight around, and yeah, Elephant are forced to leave. I think very aware of what Fade's able to offer, and the 4 heroes that were up towards top won't put the pressure on to make them back off.
Yeah, XN to Pete though, and didn't really manage to do anything, even with using the Laguna. And Titus is gonna heal back up.
Lands. They brought Somnus down towards bottom. They have the Dream Coil. The Hex was there. Waning Rift, Silence, and the Finger from Super to get a kill. Good rotation from Somnus. They had FY down here as well. It's good movements from Elephant so far. I think the only movement that really made me wonder and put my hands on my head was Super going up onto that high ground. But right now, Elephant look very clean. And I don't think EHOME look bad in any way. I think their reactions, though, have not garnered them any results.
Yeah, I'd agree. And they're just always a little bit slow. XM though, he has Invis Rune.
Yeah, they want to go for Eurus. Pops the Mask of Madness, and now look at the LSA. They should be able to get the kill easily. And with Eurus off the board, do they maybe pressure getting this stack? They've got 4 heroes top.
It's pretty hard to fight into the Ravage still. And the Puck has Coil available in 20, so it's gonna be a tough team fight around there. Usa has an early level in Stone Gaze though. So potentially could work out, especially if Charles is in the neighborhood. They have Soulbind, however, so it's gonna be a tough fight all around, and they get another stack. It's like a 6 stack at this point.
Arena down, spear hits on a Super, and the stolen Earth Spike to get the kill there, and Chalice will get credit for it.
A double bounty room for Puck. Just comes in and snatches it.
Super's just been cannon fodder right now, but I think
kind of like a feeding
that's
bag.
fine. Casual, you know, tactical feeding.
Yeah, you guys want some food? Yeah, I'm gonna distribute some. And the problem is with Lion against Rubik, in a way, a Rubik can be a better Lion if you give him the wrong spells. Like, you want to try to make sure that you give him the mana drain if possible, but right now he's running around with level 3 Impale. which of course you get bonus cast range from your passive. And once that Ether Lens comes out, which it does now, there's going to be a very, very long stun. Same with the Hex. If you ever steal Hex, it can be like a full screen Hex.
You're gonna go up onto the high ground. X-Nova here to break the
just reached
smoke.
6-2.
Inkswell, silence, borrowed time gets popped. They'll throw the Phantom's Embrace on him. He'll right-click it down and get some gold, but he'll still die. 10 gold. Feels good, but still dead.
Yeah, but that's opening up the bot tower for the Dire side. I don't think they can defend that. Or can EHOME defend the mid tower, which is pretty damn important for them. Medusa, maybe? Manta Star is completed. She's pretty tanky. And Chalice says, I don't want to give up this tower. Yeah, that's the power of Lina, of course. You get this very strong damage talent at level 10. You can take those towers down, no problem.
I think EHOME are gonna look to fight because they just picked up the Blink Dagger on Chalice. It's getting delivered right now, so they'll throw down the Sentry Ward. I assume smoke and look to get a pick off if they can with this Blink.
Yeah, they're probably not looking to team fight right away because they want to have the BKB on Lina. But a pick off or two would be very beneficial to their cause. They still have the Earth Spike as well on Rubik. And they're sort of just walking around. Looking a little unsure. Actually, now they smoke up, they're looking for the Luna. Do they have enough damage to kill him? I'd say no.
19 wand charges, ready to survive. 1900 health too.
Yeah, I think there's no chance. If you want to smoke up, you need to bring Alina as well. And it looks like a botched smoke, so far at least. Shouldn't be able to find anything. And Earthspike is also expiring momentarily.
Yeah, he's only got about 5 seconds left on it, so he won't have that to at least start the fight, it seems like. But maybe he could steal it again.
They saw the Mars under the ward. So, Blink Dagger is no longer a surprise.
Good map movement from Elephant, and they've got this Dire Ward that's spotting them moving around the Dire Triangle. So they know where they are now, but what will they do with this? They're going to try and take the tier 1 up towards top.
This kind of ward should not be allowed to be there. Like, Elephant need to be aware and try to deward it because it just gives way too much information, and now it's going to get dewarded. Well done, my super. And now EHOME is kind of blind. They only have this one ward on the top lane, and they smoke right away, making their way to bottom. But again, Chalice and Fade alone, they don't have the damage. They need the Lina as well. Medusa is TPing in first, signaling
But showing
Elephant.
that TP just moves Elephant back.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, if you want to TP, you TP into the trees, because that just signals Elephant that they want to defend the tower.
Yeah, that was showing that TP, I think, just botched that whole movement.
Yeah, very interesting. Lina, though, is still farming very well. Almost has BKB, 200 away from it. And that's her strong timing. After that, there's nothing really that can touch her. Like, nothing. Now there's a Radiant smoke up top, but I think they're gonna miss the Lina just by an inch.
Lina actually doesn't have the mana to TP out, but he'll run
back.
backwards.
They might actually catch him because of this.
Pass.
10 seconds.
Do they scan for this? Yes, they do. They know where he is. Just not in time. The idea was there. It just, he got the mana to TP and left.
Yeah. Now Sylar, though, does he know? He's always playing such a dangerous game. Like, we've seen that yesterday as well. He's farming far away from his team, where all of the enemies are waiting for him. They don't want to go Roshan on Elephant, right? It's so risky. They have BKB on Luna, but
they're just going for it.
Yeah, Lina also has BKB. Question is, does EHOME know?
Well, you got to expect down the movements from top, right? So they dewarded, and then they got the scan. Yeah, so they assumed that they were going to be here, and they assumed correctly. Oh, Eurus. Recognizing that Roshan's an EHOME fan at the moment.
Yeah. Classic.
No double damage this time. It's almost always exclusively right when they're going for Rosh.
Coming, bro.
They'll get the spear. It's all the way back, but it doesn't connect to a
sabotage spear though.
Massive. They've got the finger on a chalice. They'll get the kill, and now they're going to soulbind this Rubik over. Rubik throwing back an Eclipse. They've got the right-click damage coming in on Eurus with the BKB, and now he's trying to run. Ends up being a trade of offlaners.
Agency. Like he spears, he gives Tide the free blink dagger into the back line basically. He ravages the entire team.
He just didn't connect with anything that he would get stuck to.
But even if he does, he has Kraken Shell, which will just purge it off immediately. XM uses the BKB so it doesn't get ravaged, but the rest of the team, they don't have that luxury.
And still somehow Fade got Eclipse.
Yeah, which almost killed the puck. It kind of salvages their little misplay there, to be honest, because if puck doesn't get that low, maybe he gets a kill or two in the back line. But Fade with quick fingers, making sure teammates survive. But yeah, Chalice has to be careful. Like, if you provide someone a free blink like that, your entire team needs to be ready, because it didn't look like they were. You know, they all got ravaged right away. They looked pretty confused.
Philosopher's Stone for both sides. Supports on both sides are happy.
Oh, Fade! What nice reactions. Oh, he actually lifted him closer to himself. Okay. Use the Earth Spike.
Oh, he missed it. And now they've got the arena,
Nice arena
on both
though.
supports. That was a quick Phantom's Embrace. The silence. That's well done. Super's still gonna die though. He's the cannon fodder.
Yeah.
FY
worth the spear.
004, and he's going into the Ags right after this Aether Lens. So he's got Aether Lens, Keen Optic, and going right into the Ags. This is similar to what we see on Nyx Assassin, where Ags is the game changer.
The thing though is that if Medusa is aware of this and he turns off Split Shot, the Phantoms or the Dark Portrait is not going to do a whole lot, because there's no Split Shot. Suddenly the Medusa illusion is not that scary. It's not like a Luna where you can't turn off the glaives.
Right.
Which Sylar will have to make sure that he is on point with his activation and deactivation of Split Shot, because a Split Shot Medusa illusion can literally just destroy an entire team. There's so much damage coming out from that.
And then you finally get it. You use that Dark Portrait, and potentially Fade steals Dark Portrait and throws it onto the Luna. He can be popped by XM over bottom.
Why did he do that? There was no
Dream Coil used either.
Huh.
Top lane again. Telekinesis onto the Tide. They've got the Earth Spike as well as the Spear. Yang trying to run the Kraken Shell, almost helping him survive, but they've got the arena to lock him down. They aren't killing him just yet. And now the Ravage comes in, and it's immediately stolen. Somnus goes to the back lines. He's trying to stop this Ravage from coming out, and that's exactly what he's going to do, getting a kill on a Fade. And they never killed off Yang. Soulbind well placed, and now another Eclipse coming out from Eurus with the BKB popped. The Soulbind will connect the Medusa over to this Mars after killing off this Abaddon, and they're going to go and look for more. They smell blood in the water, and they really want to pounce on it. Chalice getting low. Illusory Orb over to this camp to the side, and not getting the kill onto the Mars, not sticking with Chalice.
Yeah, they need XM to be there to kill the Titan. He's the biggest damage they have right now. And they committed everything on the Tide, who has a Heaven's Halberd and a Hood and an Essence Ring. Very survivable. If Puck doesn't take out Rubik though, this fight goes completely different.
Yeah, because he would have had Ravage ready to go, but very aware by Somnus. Very aware.
And that's the problem of Rubik. He's just very squishy. Look at him, 980 health. He's looking for a blink, but he's gonna need an Aeon Disc relatively shortly after that. Double damage on XM though, and they're smoked.
Right by Roche.
They have enough damage to take this Roche though. They have no Ravage, I know this. So it should be a free one.
Do they still go for it though? No Dream Coil for 4 seconds. I don't think they're gonna get there in time, nor do I think that they're aware.
Like they're slowly realizing, you know, but they weren't like fully aware. They're like, yeah, maybe they're Roshan guys. Like the typical matchmaking thing. And then Roshan has fallen to the Dire. And you're like, ah, yeah.
I was aware. I was right on that call.
Yeah, guys, I told you. You just didn't listen.
Yeah, your team doesn't listen to you, and yet there goes the Aegis. Medusa
And goes into the hands
with
of Medusa.
with a bit of a different build, going Manta MKB.
He actually always does that now. Like that's like the Sylar special. Not sure
But
why.
other Medusas have been different than Sylar, right?
Very different. And even if you want to go damage, I feel like Daedalus is a better choice than MKB, just because. Sure, Tide has a halberd, but like the rest doesn't have any sort of evasion at all. And Daedalus is just a more efficient damage item. We'll see. At least Luna can't buy Butterfly like this. That's something.
Yeah, preemptively in front of a potential Butterfly, but yours is going into a Daedalus himself. And yeah, like you said, we've been seeing a lot of Daedaluses on the Medusas. Is this something that you said it was more a Sylar thing? Is it him specifically? Like just him?
Yeah, it's pretty much just him. Like other Medusas build it too if there's sources of evasion, which
Or Spike.
There's a fight
Onto
again.
The Abaddon and
Abaddon.
Borrowed Time. We'll get the kill onto X-Nova. They started that with the arena, and I don't know if that arena was just to leave, and they ended up catching the Abaddon. It was a little bit short from Chalice. From
He
what
wanted
it
to leave
seemed.
for sure. Because he didn't really catch anyone, he just kind of put it in a way where they can't chase. They're looking for Tide Hunter potentially. They have to be careful. Ravage is up.
Spear, and they'll steal Anchor Smash. Yang, though, still very tanky and survivable. Anchor Smash comes out. Now he's got the Ink Swell. A lot of space for him to run. Fade Bolt comes through, and they still just can't kill this Tide. They've got the Hex onto the Medusa, which will send EHOME going the other way.
XM, though, coming from behind.
Can he get anything out of this? Laguna Blade comes down onto Super. Again, he's going to be the death there for Elephant. With BKB, that's BKB early from XM, but they've got the telekinesis. They'll slam Yang down, and they still cannot crack this watermelon.
XM is very trigger happy with those BKBs today. And he has to be very careful now. If he gets coiled,
Already down to
potentially-
6 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, at least it is still 6 seconds, because in the older patch, would have been 5. Tide has Ravage, as we said. But Sylar is the big
Yang
frontliner. They can't really
for
kill
it,
him.
too. They've got this vision. They know exactly where they are. They want to make the move. They've got Euros coming in from the side. Oh, Sylar going by himself. Or Spike misses. But they've got the silence. The Waning Rift is there. They have the control. The Manta comes out from Sylar. He's quite tanky. There's the Dream Coil. Telekinesis coming out from Fade. He's staying over to the side just in case the Ravage is thrown by Yang. And they haven't even gotten that out yet. So he doesn't look like he'll even throw it, at least before this first life is gone. On the Medusa arena over to the side, it only catches FY, and now what will he steal? He'll steal the Ravage. He's gonna get in there. They get the kill on a Sylar. They're gonna look over. So Laguna Blade comes out of Yang, and they still don't have the damage. Eclipse onto the ground, and they get the kill on X-Nova. There's the Ravage coming in, but do they have the damage? The right click's coming out from XM. He's got the BKB once again. They get the kill on the Years. They look over at Yang. Can they finally kill this Tide? Spear lands on the Somnus. The damage out of the Punk with the 2-man Earth Spike, and the finger on the XM. They get the kill on a Fade as well. They'll take out 4. They'll look for the full team wipe, as Chalice is on the run without mana, and Yang's right in front of him. There's the Anchor Smash. Ink Swell looking for the stun, and they'll get it. Triple kill for FY. Full team wipe for Elephant, despite the fact that Fade lands a very massive Ravage and gets the turnaround. But it goes the other way, as it's a bigger Spike from Super, who's been the cannon fodder. 6 deaths to his name, but the 2-man Earth Spike is what turns the tides.
We really gotta, like, if you're Sylar, you gotta be more aware of your surroundings. This is not the first time that he gets caught up like this. Like, yesterday they almost lost the game because of the very same reason. This time he just wanders off to the left by himself. The entire team goes to the right. He dies once. He is not the Skadi Medusa we usually see. He's not that tanky. He dies once, gets ravaged, gets eclipsed. He has no defensive tool and just gets blown up. Without Dusa, you're not winning that fight. There's just no chance. XM, we spoke about his BKB being very low. He tries to kill the Puck before he dies, but that doesn't happen either. And now suddenly, Grimstroke has that Aghanim Scepter. So Sylar, once more, he has to be very on point with turning that off and on.
And this is a very, very early Ags for Grimstroke. He got that Philosopher's Stone, or as Lacoste would call it, the fillet.
Yeah, Philly sandwich.
Enchanted Quiver for the Medusa, as well as the Elven Tunic there for the Mars.
Yeah, so currently Medusa with split shot and the 50% bonus damage from the Dark Portrait is hitting for 300 on every target. So you have to absolutely make sure you turn it off, because your team cannot tank this kind of damage. Like, your Lina is just going to die.
Yeah.
He's going very
This
heavy
is-
into the damage. Silver Edge even to just break the Tidehunter. Potentially burst him before he gets the ult out. But yeah,
So especially with the fact that they weren't able to kill him that entire exchange. That was like crucial. Yang was just the big tank right in front, and he really had no fear.
I mean, he itemized all tank, right? And they still focus him. Now he has a Blink Dagger. He didn't have that previously. But if you focus a Tide with Essence Ring, Wand, Halberd, as well as Hood, I mean, even Soul Ring makes you more tanky. It's a very tough nut to crack. We're gonna have to see how the initiation goes next time. Because they are going to have that Silver Edge very soon. And then they have a way to kill the Tidehunter reliably. Like Silver Edge into a spear, he can die.
And FY getting the perfect neutral that he needs right now for this Dark Portrait, grabbing that Psychic Headband, getting that extra cast range, having that 16% intelligence. He got what he needed. He wanted the Ags. That's what he got. Drops off the Philae Stone, which I believe is now getting delivered over to Super, who's got his Blink Dagger.
There's a lot of key items coming out for Elephant. Medusa still needs about 2,000 for her Skadi. It's going to be very important as well.
Smoke.
Yeah.
We're heroes here from EHOME.
Rubik has his own Blink Dagger as well. Had that for a while. But we can kind
Yeah,
of just
and
see
that's how
the
we got that
Rubik
Ravage
impact.
in.
If he doesn't steal Ravage, is very limited compared to like a Grimstroke or Lion. Like he needs those perfect steals every time.
Ooh, Yang
his
Smoke
impact
gets
fails.
broken. So does FY's. Now they're going to blink in looking for the Dream Coil.
Oh, they got the Split Shot Dark
Look at
Portrait!
the damage onto the Abaddon. They've got the Dark Portrait starting to right click with the BKB Popeye Chalice to go over with the arena. They've got
Yang
a
is
good way to
down!
get going to Yang, and Yang never got the Ravage out. He does have buyback. They don't have a tier 1 to go over to. Lucent Beam is stolen, and with that, I think they just disengage.
That's the Silver Edge we spoke about. He's stunned in the arena. Kraken Shell does not proc because he's broken. And he just gets taken out from 100 to 0. Lina deals a lot of damage right now.
Yep, and has that Silver Edge. Like that, it completely shows the difference on the last big fight to this one, what they're able to do to Yang. So now, noticing that he's got the Silver Edge, how does Yang have to position to get himself a good Ravage or be like as worthwhile in these fights?
Yeah. He's going into a Ghost Scepter straight away, just to be able to mitigate the physical damage, because if you break Tide, it's not only that Kraken Shell doesn't proc, but you also don't get the 54 damage block per hit, which is a very big deal.
Dark Portrait off the illusion.
Yeah. Once that Skadi is completed, the Dark Portal is going to be even scarier. Just look how much damage it deals. Ridiculous. But Dusa has damage to kill it. It's just usually you're going to get stunned by something while the Dark Portal is hitting away. So, I don't know if you have the time to destroy that one. 200 gold away from the Skadi. Gonna be a big power spike for him.
Ooh, Roshan back up in a minute.
Yeah. Gonna be a big fight over there. And both teams have potential to do it very quickly. Because Puck has a Desolator. And of course Daya has the Lina. Is Skadi done? It's quite a bit more tanky now.
Salmon is playing an aggressive build with his Puck, so he's certainly feeling confident on this hero.
Yeah. I mean, he did go back for the Aeon Disc, which is really good. Pretty much every Puck is doing that nowadays. It just makes a hero that's almost impossible to kill very much impossible to kill. Just no chance.
They're gonna move up and have the Ink
Hit
Swell,
Suicida.
but X-Nova, he was the one who spotted this out. They get the blink as well as the Ravage. Chalice is gonna go in with the arena. The BKB is gonna be popped by Eurus. They've got themselves the Eclipse down. And Fade, he's trying to do what he can from the sidelines. He's only got the Lucent Beam for now. They get the kill on Yang. They'll end up trading Chalice, but they look over at X-Nova, already used the borrowed time. They'll buy back on this Mars, probably knowing that Roche is back up soon. Again, the offlaners trade, and they will back away.
Yeah, X-Nova, another sacrifice though. And you can just see this Medusa right now doesn't feel very strong at all. Like, you get stunned under the Dark Portrait. The Dark Portrait is almost taking him out by himself. Or by itself. It's an it, right?
Dark Portrait?
Yeah.
Taking it out by themselves?
Is the Dark Portrait an it or her in this case? It's an it, right?
I'm not sure.
I mean, neither. Some this. He does have the
An
Aeon
illusion
Disc,
specialist. Blink into the elusive beam. They land the spear, but as that Aeon Disc and will get into the trees, TP out.
Yep, the classic Aeon Disc puck. How do you ever kill him? But Roshan is... Oh, Tide is still dead. They might sneak this Roshan before they can react.
Yeah, 9
this
seconds
damage coming
until
out.
he's back up, and the damage is just too much. It's onto this Roche. It's Aegis Cheese as well as the Ags Shard. And could suspect that Sylar is going to take this. And yeah, he's got the Aegis. He'll take the Shard, and he'll activate it. So
There
this
you
is EHOME making great movements towards Roche.
Yeah.
Yes?
Good recognition. The Tide was still dead. No way he can make it in time. Next time you ask me how strong Lina is, just a reminder. That's how strong she is.
All right, I won't ask again.
Like, that Daedalus timing on Lina is kind of ridiculous. She's critting for 800, but she's hitting 3 times per second. And once the Satanic
And
is up...
This was the first pick. Do you Dark Portrait the Lina?
Now the thing is, Lina is only strong because of the Fiery Soul, and the illusions don't get it, unfortunately. So Duse will prime target. But just look at this tower fall. Like, Lina's damage output is insane.
This is one of the reasons it makes it a good 4 as well, because you can kind of transition as something that hits like this. Not as hard, not as, you know, not as farmed, but...
Yeah. It's overall a very strong hero. Lots of strong stats. Good stats gain. Massive range. Once she's level 25, she's gonna have how much range? A lot. 820.
A lot.
Okay, 820 range
Ooh, bottom
is pretty...
lane.
To catch a puck?
Arena.
Oh, it's Aeon Disc,
Aeon
though.
Disc.
The
Ooh,
cat-
but
they
Fate
got
with him. They got the catch. They have the telekinesis. They have the stolen waiting rift, which will silence up Somnus. The steal and the silence is not going to be enough to get the kill, though. He'll lose the reorb away.
Can you catch him? Blind
And
spear?
a spear.
Ah!
Oh my god. He wanted it so badly, and now over mid they're going to try and fight. Looks like Yang's forward on a Sylar, thinking about maybe moving in with the Ravage. He actually doesn't have the mana, but he does have a Soul Ring. Will
Wouldn't he
not
have
make the
speared him
play
there?
just yet.
He hit him before the spear.
Yeah, I think he could have speared.
I think he wasn't aware that he was there. He was like really confused. He's actually here. What do you do? What do you do?
Panic, just to press every button.
Yeah. He's out. Classic. Dusa's going into the pike. Alright, some more mobility for him. I think the big carry, honestly, is just going to be XM. Like, Sylar will be there and present himself as food, while XM is going to be dishing out all the damage from the backline. Very close to 25 now, which is 1.5 levels. And who is going to reach him in the backline? Like, Puck is going to be 25 at some point, sure. But does he have enough damage to kill the Lina? I'd probably just say no.
We'll have to see how much this Ags is worth it for the Puck, how much a difference that's going to make. And then Yang, he's going into the Arcane Blink. Will the Quick Blink Ravage be enough?
Puck also needs shot, though.
First spike from a distance, but now the spear, that's actually going to stop Yang from going in. He wanted to blink and get that Ravage out. Well done and well aware by Chalice.
Look at those beams coming in with the shard. Of course, getting 2 auto attacks out every time he beams. Sylar is very low on mana already.
Inkswell jumping in, going to the back lines. That's going to stun up this room if they get the kill on a Fade, but they're going to drop down the arena with the BKBB pop by Chalice. They have the Dream Coil down onto Sylar. It's going to be enough, though, to make this fight go their way. They already got the kill on the Rubik. He's not going to buy back, but the damage on the FY blows him up. Inkswell not going to land on the Medusa, but now out of mana, potentially out of time. He does have the Aegis. They get the kill on the XM. The machine gun that is that Lina is gone. So Sylar very vulnerable in this fight. Chalice trying to help out in any way that he can, but he was focused for a second, and they've got themselves a silence to force that away. Sylar trying to run. He's been hexed up. Stunned once again. There's the Ravage coming out from Yang. They've got the Eclipse drop down on the Medusa. They take out Xnova. They'll take out Sylar. 4 heroes down on the side of EHOME. And that is a big victory here for Elephant. Can they get themselves the full team wipe once again? Chalice going into the pit, trying to run away. Yang spear back. That allows him to blink away. But the Illusory Orb and the jump over. He does not have Dream Coil for another 25 seconds. So he's free to TP out.
How did XM get so low? Like,
XM
he
got
died to a
nothing
puck
off in
jump
that fight. And no Medusa, no buyback for a full minute.
Yeah, there's a Luna on your high ground. It's gonna fall very fast.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, we see once more why Rubik is just such a tough hero to pull off. I feel like only
And
Nigma
he's
does
done
it.
a lot.
He has.
Dire's middle tower.
But his Rex is gone. They're gonna go for another
Somnus
side.
7-0 and 9.
Save. Oh, they still have both tier 2s actually, so they can't go for another side. And now Spell Prism on Puck as well. That is disgusting.
Is that the best feeling? Like, what's the best neutral to hero feeling?
Maybe Ballista Sniper?
But that you don't get too often, right? Like you don't.
Sure.
That's I guess that's the best feeling because if you get there and you get that, that feels great. But like, what's the more?
It's probably Puck Invoker with Spell Prism, to be honest.
Okay.
Or maybe a Timeless Relic on Doom also feels really good.
Yeah.
What like a Spell Prism on Enigma when you have like Refresher Orb is also very juicy.
When the black hole's cooldown is just so low.
Yeah, like 100 seconds. Guys, we buy back and end the game. And black hole again. You're like, okay.
Got black hole again? What happened?
What? Cooldown 110 seconds? How?
Then you got the arcane blink.
An Arcane Rune. And Octarine
Oh,
Core.
God.
1 minute cooldown black hole. Guys, buy back, buy back. We gotta end this game.
Is that the sound of black hole?
Yeah. But yeah, Beacop.
Sounds like my
Medusa.
microwave. I just...
This Medusa's not looking so scary, Beacop.
No, and when they're able to kill XM like that, I think the team fight, or really the fight potential of EHOME completely crumbles.
XM is really strong, but very squishy too. We spoke about glass cannons in the past. I still don't know where it originated from or why people ever want to have one, but he is truly the definition of such a thing, if it ever existed.
Luna about to be level 25.
And she's not
There
a
it
glass
is.
cannon.
Going to the 30% lifesteal.
Yeah. Together with Satanic, that is more than 30% lifesteal.
Shivas for the Tide.
What is the Deuce gonna build next? Like, she's just... I just feel like he has no impact in this fight. He needs like a BKB.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, if you don't have Sanj Yasha on Dusa, and you don't want to itemize into BKB, like, games can look like this, where you just don't do anything. You're just permanently disabled, or halberded, or hexed, or ba, There's too many things to come out.
Ooh, Somnus getting deep behind enemy lines, and let's see
Can't
if he
kill
can
him.
find anybody. Illusory Orb now looking over at Chalice potentially, but they've got the telekinesis. They have the stun coming through out onto Somnus. LSA, XM starting to output some damage, but the Fade Bolt is what pops this Aeon Disc. They'll find X Nova. He's got the borrowed time. That gets popped on the Lucent Beam, so his built-in save is popped for just a moment on cooldown for 50 seconds.
Mm-hmm. And I think Elephant is more than happy to just wait until the Aeon Disc is off cooldown again. Because once Puck's Aeon Disc is up, there's just no way of killing him. Ever. So obnoxious. It's a smoke though, and Aeon Disc is still down. If they catch him...
Down for 44. And
He
Roche
has no
is up in
buyback
mid
either.
50.
He would be dead for 100 seconds. That would be a massive kill.
What did he buy out on?
Daedalus recipe. Which I don't think is worth, but...
Yang caught. Telekinesis coming through. They've got themselves a Silver Edge, but there's the Soulbind. LSA is going to come in, and they'll get the kill on a Yang. But are they going to look for this Super Hex from a distance? That's going to be the
Look
Hex
at
on the
this
Medusa as
Medusa!
well as the Abaddon. They've got themselves the Eclipse coming through from Eurus, and now Medusa in a lot of trouble. They're over to the side. Use that Stone Gaze. They turn. Somnus the Stone! Oh! He gets the face shift off! He's going to be able to survive. They get the kill on X Nova. They'll finally take out Saurus. Somnus dies for the first time this game. He doesn't have buyback. He's there for 99 seconds. They'll drop on the arena with the BKB, but it runs out just as he's running through. Oh, the spear! It pushes him over to Fate as well as XM. They'll get the kill on Eurus! Eurus, he's gone. That's 3 big kills. They bought back on Super. FY trying to run. He's got the ink swell. Maybe even looking over at Chalice. That's going to pop with the 2-man Earth Spike coming out from Super. 4 staff away. But now, let's see what he can do. Spear out, doesn't hit Super over to the tree, but they've got themselves the Hex out onto Chalice. Chalice will chase. This will be a big team wipe for EHOME. And there's the Earth Spike. They've got the Yules into the air. LSA, a couple of right clicks, and XM gets the kill. That is a massive fight for EHOME to turn this one back in their favor.
Holy shit. That's exactly what we said would happen, though. Sylas presenting himself. Maybe he knows at this point he's just worthless, to be honest, compared to his XM Lina. Making a lot of good space in the team fight for Lina to just right-click like mad. Fade, steals Eclipse, steals a lot of really good spells. Massive impact in that fight. And we said it, Somnus can't die with Aeon Disc, but he gets caught with it on cooldown. It might honestly just be...
a bottom set.
It's gonna be 2 sides at least. Not Megas, because they have the mid tower still, but...
I don't know if it's 2 sides just because they have to go top from bottom.
Yeah, that's true. They still have 20 seconds, but that's not a whole lot of time. Roshan is up, so maybe they're just gonna go Roshan and secure themselves that. Which has to refresh a shot.
But that could have been really dangerous for Yang. Because if he gets caught, he's silver-edged and dead.
Are they gonna go Roche? They're going straight Roche.
There's no way for Elephant to stop this. And that means 3 for 3 for EHOME on Roche.
Just look at the damage output now, again from Lina. She Roche is so fast,
They didn't catch
insane. Like, Radiant is aware. They might even smoke out, but they're too slow. It's already gone.
There's no way for them to get close enough, and there's going to be the Aegis into the hands of XM, and I think that's the proper choice. I think that would have been the proper choice in the previous one as well. Sylar picked with the Aegis, but like Lina's the one outputting the damage, level 26, and you've got your talents. You're getting into both sides of the talent tree, and it's just going to be stronger and stronger from here.
Sylar finally finished his BKB though, so he's going to be able to output a whole lot more damage. They need to make sure they kill the Dark Portrait though, because last fight again, it was a split-shot Dark Portrait that caused a lot of problems in the backline. Especially for XM and Fade. So they gotta focus that down no matter what. Refresh a shot on Rubik actually. Maybe looking for a good Eclipse.
Double
Steal.
Ravage.
Or Ravage, yeah.
If he steals
I'm
it.
hoping he's gonna go for Agon Scepter next on Rubik.
They're going to come out of the high ground. X-Nova, and now Somnus going in deep. He's got the silence into a couple of these heroes. They'll drop down the Dream Coil, and that's going to be, well, Rubik in a pretty bad spot. He gets low, but he's not dead. They get the Ravage off just before Yang ends up going down, and they look over at Eurus. Eurus doesn't have buyback. He's got the drop down the Eclipse, but the Telekinesis comes in. They get the kill into Eurus. They'll only be able to take out Fade. The Arena through, as well as the Spear that lands on the FY. The Aeon Disc will be procced. He'll try to TP, but there's just no chance. 3 heroes dead on the side of Elephant. And that is not a good fight for Elephant, and now a 6k lead for EHOME. Super.
He's on cooldown.
Hex, God's Rebuke, Super, hit with the Telekinesis. They'll steal the Mana Drain, and they will go after this Lion and get the kill eventually. The right clicks will be enough.
And Tightbot back, despite not having Ravage. They're feeling the heat right now. Puck still has an Aeon Disc available. A lot of right-click damage to his name, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. He doesn't have Revelation either, in case he catches XM. Doesn't clear the creep wave. It's gonna be a second side at least, maybe even Megas.
50 seconds as Eurus did not have buyback, and now he's looking to go for the Divine Rapier. He's 1,200 gold short from having buyback.
It's gonna be Mega Creeps.
XM never even lost the Aegis. They've got the Arena, though, over at FY once again. The Spear comes through. He doesn't have the Aeon Disc, but he drops down the Soulbind that's going to leash up this Medusa over to the Mars. They've got Telekinesis onto Yang. Somnus trying to do all he can with the Dream Coil onto the back lines. They get the kill onto this Grimstroke, who's dead for 94, and they will get themselves Megas. Ooh, I say that preemptively? No. All right, we're good. They backed up for a second.
Yang?
Yang,
Might be in trouble.
he's very far.
Ooh.
He's still
They're looking for him still.
They've got the break, and now Chalice has the spear. He's just caught in a bad position. They land the LSA. They've got the damage to get this kill. I don't think he gets out of this one, but the right click's coming out from XM, and yeah, Yang will be dead for 2 minutes. That's giving up something that you really can't afford to do so. And now they've got the Telekinesis on it. Eurus, the
Eurus is gonna blow up.
He didn't have buyback. That's the game. EHOME have just taken this one from Elephant. Oh my!
Woohoo! Somnus tried really hard. Somnus tried really hard. He ended the game 10-1 and 9. But ultimately, He can't do it all by himself. EHOME outplays Elephant as a whole.